Alrighty guys, so this video is going to be a little bit different. This is about getting a full table worth of train for about 55 bucks because of inflation. It would have been just 50 bucks. So the foam packs you're seeing for 1148. I took this picture like a month ago. It might have gone up since then. They come in a pack of 6. They are 14.5 inches wide by 4 feet long and 3/4 of an inch thick. And so you get 6 of them for that price. This is the easiest and cheapest way to get foam, in my opinion. I haven't seen it cheaper anywhere else. In the second video, I'll go over the other costs of the other things and do like a itemization. But this first video is just pretty much about the foam and, you know, what you can do with it. So I came up with a new way of doing terrain. Those are all like the W's with the holes are all windows. I really recommend that you get like either grid paper or just like a notepad. And if you're going to copy this, that's fine. But sketch out like do a dozen pages of sketches, just bullshit sketches of like ruins that you like or an idea, and just go hog wild with that shit, because in the end it'll save you a lot of time. And so most of this video is just gonna show you all the me drawing out like the designs and stuff, and they're pretty much all about the same. I went through 2 sheets and I made just a lot of basic train that's pretty much the same. And then when you cut it out, you know, you can cut it out with a hot wire, cut it out with a knife, and then change it up as you go. Just because you draw it out a certain way also, you know, you can fucking change it however you like. Now, you see I drew the line at the bottom of the foam. The reason why I did that is that's like a little bit over an inch. And it makes it so that like regular space marine, like Primaris space marines, can't really see over, like their head level is at the tip of that. And I wanted these buildings to be more like industrial buildings that you would see like in a downtown, where most of those windows don't start till like 6 feet. So I want them to pretty much block line of sight to troops, but not like tanks and stuff like that. Like a tank will be able to shoot through the window, or a dreadnought or something bigger, or a monstrous creature. Pretty much I just made a whole set just to like fuck with infantry. But in part 2 you'll see me do different, like I do a church in part 2, and I do some other buildings, and here you'll see another set of buildings where like vehicles could drive through. Have some sketches out for one more sheet, and that'll be in the second video. But this is pretty much just me doing like basically the same type, and you're gonna see not the complete finished product, but you'll see like the base that I glue on later and everything you need to know just to get the idea. Like again, I'm trying to keep this as like cheap as fucking possible. I got a 4x8 table to fill up, and the way this stuff stacks too, because the bases are really small, you can just stack them up on top of each other. I think it's in part 2 a lot of it will make a lot more sense, but at the end of this video there's like I show stuff going, you know, the end product almost, except it's not painted and textured and shit. But in the second video I will be getting like a list of everything, and I'll take more pictures and try to see if the prices have changed. The foam you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. The foam is for like installation for a brick house. So here in Florida, because we got so many types of fucking termites and shit making a wooden house, and with hurricanes it's kind of a fucking death sentence. So we make the houses out of brick, and then you get these things called fern strips, which go up against the block, and that's what you screw your drywall on. But you'll have a pocket there, and so what people will do is take this foam and fill that pocket, and it's like, it's not really a lot of insulation, but it cuts down on noise, and it's something. You can't really put a big roll of insulation because you don't have those pockets that 2x4s give you. So it's better than like nothing. But going to like Michael's Arts and Crafts stores, any place, even hobby stores, any place that sells fucking foam, like you'll get a sheet that's smaller than one of these sheets, and it'll be like $6.99 for like one sheet. It's Home Depot is still the best place. Like any hardware place is still the best place to get like big chunks of foam for cheap. I haven't found like a wholesaler that will sell foam. If I do, and if you can like order it online, I'll put a link in the description. Maybe on the second video I'll do some more digging for that. But as far as I know, there's no place in like Florida that does that as of right now, as of this day that I am doing the video. I use just a Sharpie marker and a ruler to do everything. And you know, some of the sketches I don't even follow through all the way. I just change them up a little bit, and I just write the W's in the window holes just to like let you know that they're windows. Plus sometimes I'll fucking forget and I'm like, where do I want it? Just to keep the type of the building looking the same, like it's like they're all the same buildings. And two sheets will put a lot of train. Like doing them this way will put a lot of train on a 4x8 table. Most people are playing like on 4x6s or shit that's smaller than that. You gotta do what you gotta do. But for the amount of buildings that you can make out of this foam, I think this is like the cheapest way to make terrain. And you know, as far as like painting it, use your two colors, white and black. And you can make all your grays and all your tones from that. If you want to add color, you know, you can. I would go to Walmart to get that paint. It's going to be the cheapest place to get the paint. And how I'm doing it here, where you use the top and the bottom of the foam, you're going to get the most out of it. It's really the like. I was just fucking around one day, and I started to, like in that first tile, I started doing it, and I'm like, man, this is really kind of working out pretty good. And I was like, how much shit can I get out of this like one piece? So I decided just to film it, and now I made a video of it. So part 2 is going to be a lot of like assembly and stuff, and like different ideas to go, because I have more to like talk about, but I'm trying to keep this video like just basic, simple, so you get like the idea of what I'm doing down. I got a video about orcs coming. Pretty much, I just feel like orcs have lost a lot of their flavor, especially with 10th edition. I don't think they're like a dead army or anything like that, but I don't know. I'm just not happy with some of the stuff that's been nerfed. Fucking Space Marines get everything, and it's like it's kind of sad. It's like the Xenos they get shit. They honestly do, and I just feel orcs are just like a generic close combat like animal, and they're not really that orky feeling. It's just my opinion. But I'll go off on that video. I'll be more energized and more unhinged. And that's pretty much the piece cut out. It's real basic, but it's going to look decent. Especially if you follow like the video I made to make roads. You'll see it oh, excuse me, all together. It looks really good. I got to go to like a fabric store. I'm gonna try to like make my own sheet covering. So this is just the table, the 4x8, with only 2 of the sheets cut up. I made a third, and you'll see it in a little bit. But this is all the train from just 2 of those. And you can see there's the piece right there. I cut a piece of board, and the board is really barely an inch, like 1.25 inches wide, and just cut it to fit the length. You can see that the Primaris can't really see over the train, and this is going to be like the majority of the train, but you'll be able to swap parts out and shit like that. Again, there's I'm gonna use up the whole 6 pieces, so there's gonna be like a ridiculous amount of train. There'll be more train than the table can hold. But I think it just like the two sheets makes you a ton of train, and you know, if you go 3, you'll fill up a 4x8 easily. Here's the other piece I made. This piece, it's got some of the same, but then I made like some pieces you'll see go down, go down, go down, like just walls with big windows in it. And I'm probably gonna make like a few more of these, and I'm gonna make some pieces that where it's just gonna give cover to infantry, and infantry will be able to shoot over it. Now here's the same table with the new pieces, but I'm gonna show you this board real quick. And that's pretty much, that's the finished piece of train. The backing board, I'll take pictures of that. You get that at Home Depot or Lowe's too. It adds enough weight. It stands up pretty good. Like I'm shaking the shit out of the table, and you'll see like the pieces with no backing. This is just me like knocking the table. I made a pretty solid table, but you see it's all shaking. The other pieces will fall over, but you know, this train can take a hit, and it would be easy to make a corner piece. You just like stick them together, and if they fall down, if you drop this shit off the table, it's so light and the bottom's so heavy, it's usually going to hit the bottom first, and it's not going to break. Okay, now I have the extra pieces. So this is just after cutting the 3rd tile. So you could see significantly there's a lot more terrain. And I just made like some big spots that like a tank could drive through and infantry can go through. Pretty much walls that aren't stopping shit. You could put like artillery in there. And I think there's enough, with this amount of train, you could still drive tanks through shit. You could drive dreadnoughts. Probably a Stompa can go through some of the gaps. You know, it's not choking the table to death with fucking train. But part 2's coming soon. I just wanted to get this done. And there's going to be like a church and stuff, some other designs, and again, I filmed all that shit, so you'll see it. Again, just trying to make cheap terrain, because, you know, we're on the verge of fucking WW3, and inflation's just going to go fucking up in the next 5 years. 40K is already expensive enough. You don't have to go broke trying to build terrain. I don't... Like, the whole idea with the channel is, like, make something as cheap as possible, but make it look as good as possible. So, you know, I'm just trying to help the little guys. I'm not trying to like show some bullshit terrain that took 6 months to make and printed out a whole bunch of stuff with hundreds of dollars. All right, so part 2 will be coming in like maybe a week or two. Other than that, take care. Bye bye.